Hi everybody, I'm Alex. This is oh my god, Zach, and Steve, and Toria. There we go. Sorry, I'm bad with names. As you've watched on your shows, names aren't my game. But anyway, we're continuing our interview over your job so far throughout the history and what you've done in comedy and writing.
Yeah.
What are some other magazines you have written for besides Men's Health?
I've written for Women's Health. I've written for Natural Health. Basically any magazine with health in the title, I'll write for. But no,
the health guy.
Yeah. I've written for the Old Farmer's Almanac. I've written for, I just did a piece for Delta Airlines magazine.
Yeah.
I've written for the Boston Sunday Globe magazine. There's probably others that I'm not remembering. A Philadelphia magazine, I wrote something for them.
Yeah.
So there's a nice little smattering around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you? What are some subjects you usually write about besides health?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Because usually I don't write a lot. I write some stuff about health, and health is really in the biggest term for them. It's like just all the concepts of your life, and if you do them well, you'll be sort of healthier. And usually the kind of story I do is they call it the roundup story, where there's like 20 different subjects in one story, and they all have sort of a unifying theme, but they're not really connected. So it's something like. I sort of mentioned before, it's like, does that really happen? Would that really happen? It was like dropping the penny off the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
So I just had that idea. And it really started because I was watching a movie. I was watching Lethal Weapon 3.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time. But, there's a scene where Mel Gibson's like sucking gas out of a gas tank to blow something up, and he gets in his mouth and he spits it out. And I'm just thinking, like, does that really happen? What would happen?
Poison.
What would happen if that? So then I immediately got on my phone to my editor, and I called him. It's like, hey, what about, would that really happen? He goes, all right, and he knew me. He's like, all right, think of some more. And so, I just came up with this list of all these things, these myths that you've heard. It's like, can you really, make a citizen's arrest, or what happens if you, object at a wedding? All these things.
Yeah.
So I just started talking to people, about what would happen with
So you went to like your brother's wedding or something and jumped in.
Exactly. You talked to it was great. You talked to like this justice of the peace. It's like what would happen? It's like, do you even ask that question? It's like, we never asked that question. Everybody's going like, we never asked that question. It's totally a movie thing. So, so it's like a story like that, or I did a story like I took all these different situations and like what's the best place to be in all those situations. Like if you want to see the Manhattan skyline, or you want to like catch a foul ball at a baseball game, or so. All of them, there's health, there's like medicine, there's fitness, there's food, there's travel, there's taking pictures, there's all these different things. So it's kind of eclectic. It's like master of none but doer of all. That's really the stories. But that's what keeps it fun too. It's the variety. It's like I don't focus on one specific thing, but get to find out a lot of different stuff. And a lot of times it's just like, who do I want to talk to, and can I see if I can, get an interview with this person and make it work? And that's the fun too. So
maybe they can work with Megan Fox and getting my chance to actually meet her.
Sure. You know what? It's funny because I was talking to Megan just a few days ago. We were texting. We were texting, and she's saying, "Man, I really this young broadcasters thing. I'm totally about that." So we'll work it on. Bit.
Yeah. Good luck with that. So I hear that you're a huge Elvis Presley fan.
Yes.
And you actually got to perform with his microphone. Can you tell me about that?
I did get to perform with his microphone. I went down, this bunch of years ago, I went to Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And as, it wasn't even part of the official Elvis. Do you know who Elvis is?
Yes.
You do? Do you know who is Elvis Presley?
He's a singer.
All right,
sing us one of his songs.
Yes.
Do
you know, put him on the spot later. After we'll sing it out. But
Deed.
Yes. But he did so much before that. But we're down killing time in Memphis. I went to Sun Studios, which is like one of the original recording studios where he did like his earliest work. And you can take a little tour. It's just one room, and they have like a mic there, which is supposedly the mic he sang into. So I decided, like, as I do, I went up and I got a picture of me doing a joke into the microphone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was amazing. It was scintillating. So, but no, that's what I did, and that's so yeah, that was a lot of fun. But a huge Elvis fan. I'm the biggest Elvis fan. Huge. Oh yeah.
Even bigger than those guys that dress up on New York Street and throw their hats out and go blah 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 blah.
Yeah, those guys. Those guys are trying too hard. They're showy. People wouldn't know, but it's in me. I've got the spirit in me, and that gets me a lot of things. I get to sleep in Graceland when I go there. So that's a whole different thing. So.
Yeah.
Well, sort of going off your career. Where are you from?
I grew up in Newton, Massachusetts. Yeah. You want to make something of it? You want to go there? No, I grew up in Newton.
Newton?
Yeah. You ever been there?
Is that Massachusetts?
It's in Massachusetts, yeah.
Yeah, it's where I go to school.
Yeah.
Probably like driven by it.
Yeah, it's not. It's about 15 minutes here.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice area. I go to school there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's very tough. It's a very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough town.
Is it like?
Is
it like gangster like?
Well, yeah.
Gangs.
I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? In Newton, if it's the wrong side of town, and if it's after 8:30 and you're caught in a Volvo, trouble's gonna happen. Okay, I'm just saying, it changes you.
There's that temple. It's
I know. Yes.
Really dangerous.
Yes.
Around 6:30 at night.
Yes.
But anyway, what was it like going from throughout these, like, what was the journey like going through from living in empty apartments, as you said in the article, are very like rough, making the $10 to $30 at 300% increase.
Well, it was hard. I was lucky. I mean, I lived at home for a bunch of years after school, so my parents were really supportive and
You're the basement kid.
Well, not necessarily basement, but I was there, and it was not necessarily a life they understood. It's not like where they came from, but they knew enough to say, well, this is what he wants to do, and help me out. And then I sort of got out, and I got a job. I mean, I was working as a reporter for a newspaper, so then got my own place, and I think it was just doing what I sort of liked. I maybe didn't love it as much, but it's sort of like you get in that area and that sort of leads you to where you want to be. So I think you're not sure where it's going to lead. I didn't think I would be working for the Patriots. I didn't think I would be doing stuff with the tennis team. But you just sort of keep at it, and I think you learn that whatever you do, you kind of do it as best as you can. Because you don't know what's working. I didn't always do that, but I learned back. Oh, that would have been better to do at that point. And you sort of learn that going forward. So.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Steve, for coming on the show.
You're Are we done?
Yeah, we are done. That went by fast.
They did, didn't it? You want to come to Newton later? We'll hang out.
No, I'm good.
You good?
I'm afraid.
Well, you should, but I can escort.